If you're in the crypto space, you've got to be aware of some crazy announcement that was made last night. I've been warning you guys about this, but I'm telling you right now that over the next 6 months, this is going to get crazy. And I'm not just talking about crypto, not a similar talk of that sort again. I'm talking about one specific thing, which I'll show you in this video. And I guess luckily enough, it is most likely the most important part because this is going to get crypto to everybody everywhere. Just take a look at this. Again, I am warning you guys right now that this is a pretty crazy thing. And if you have not done it yet, make sure you press that like button for what our main man is about to say.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency. I will also...
Now, regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on, I'm not even an American, so who wins doesn't matter that much in that sense. This guy knows how to get votes, but more importantly, he's chosen the pro-crypto side, just like how RFK Jr. chose the pro-crypto side. And where Biden at the first was really quite against it, I think he's also really opening up. And I've kind of said this over the last few videos here this week. This will be a really big thing, getting an election year coinciding here with the bull market where all these guys just want to get the most amount of votes possible. If we're noticing, and he does here, that so many people are interested in crypto. He himself says 50 million people in the US already hold crypto. I think it's a little bit less than that, but hey, that is absolutely massive if true. Then in my opinion, what this means is this guy knows what's on the stakes, and he's going to support it hard over the next few months. He's going to shill it really, really hard. And it's not just one little statement either. I've already said throughout the last week that he's been sharing a lot of key details, but Donald Trump says he is very positive and open-minded to crypto companies. This is a really big deal to guys like Coinbase, guys like Uniswap, guys like Consensus, which right now are facing some critical issues. Perhaps, who knows? An apology for Gary Gensler's recent actions, perhaps an easy let go of Ripple. And I kind of think perhaps the whole fines and the whole damages, etc., are all going to be pretty meager because obviously it's harder and harder to prove bad things when your leaders, are all of a sudden really progressive towards crypto. Quote, our country must be the leader in the field. And so, yeah, it's hard to then say, you know what, we're suing all these crypto companies. When indeed, like Ripple has said many times, if you want to be the leader, you can't turn them all away. Anyway, I'm very positive and open-minded to crypto companies and all things related to this and burgeoning industry. Our country must be the leader in the field. There's no second place. Crooked Joe Biden, on the other hand, the worst president in the history of our country, wants it to die a slow and painful death. That will never happen with me. Again, we could just simply state, oh, this is just tactics. And he doesn't really mean it. But ultimately, he did say this, and so we've basically got ourselves two main scenarios here. One is to show and represent the other side. Biden is going to go heavier against it. Very unlikely, right? And second is they all are now competing to who's more pro-crypto, more pro-people, with heavier restrictions on themselves. But ultimately, not everything will stay the same. For example, oh, no CBDC for now. Oh, really? Just crypto has to stay here. But, and those buts will inevitably come. But for right now, this support, I personally think, is quite insane. And with all of that in mind, it just very much increases the probability that we're going to be seeing things like ETFs for Solana, XRP, and other cryptos. Even a bank, Standard Chartered Bank, has now said that Solana and XRP ETFs could launch next year. And things are moving in a way more interesting fashion, actually, than I imagined. Because I just saw this article as well that reads, Donald Trump vows to commute the sentence of Ulbricht to time served if elected president. He's already served 11 years. We're going to get him home. And if you didn't know, He's actually one of the main crypto MVPs. He's the guy behind Silk Road that right now has gotten life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. I think in 2015. I think he got arrested in 2013. I think he owes, or maybe he's already paid it, not sure, 300 million or so in fines, maybe 200 million or so. And he's one of the main crypto guys that facilitated the trade of crypto back in the olden days. I think every single one of you must have known about Silk Road, which again operated from 2011 to 2013. The thing is though, he was pretty young. I mean, right now he's 40 years old, so let's say 13 years ago he's 27. And in theory, all he did was facilitate trade between other people. He didn't necessarily do that many bad things himself. Debatable, highly debatable, but that's his argument in the sense of I was just dumb. I made a platform, theoretically speaking, for anything and for good, just like how you could consider eBay to be bad if most people use it for bad, right? Or theoretically speaking, right, you could call Twitter bad if people are able to post bad things on there. But I guess the matter there becomes what the majority of it is for. Anyway, so he's been serving, I think, 11 years or so, and Trump wants to get him out, which means that things are really starting to change for crypto. It really seems.
And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served.
And the difference here being, right, you could just say something and not do it, just like how people have said it for multiple times. But I think the crypto voters is a pretty good section here, but most importantly, the crypto monies. Think about it, right? Trump's campaign opening up to crypto is such a smart idea because, well, if people give him tons of money and he's gonna right, open up a lot of new crypto possibilities, first of all, the country could flourish because of all the new income, all the new inflows. Most importantly as well, his campaign could do really, really well, making it pretty good from just an ego perspective. And somebody had a beautiful point. Whoever his PR guy is paying attention and hitting all the right notes. Trump just got a lot of votes with this speech alone. But then logically, and I'm gonna have to say it, he's getting it wrong. The plebs hate crypto, no participation in this bull run. The only reason I'm showing you guys that is because we, in our little bubble, think crypto is very much liked. But funny fact, if I post a little crypto short over on YouTube that is shown to a small portion crypto people, a majority portion just neutral participants of the world, I guess, I swear that about 85% of the comments are just Bitcoin is dead, crypto is stupid, just negative thoughts. And even some of my finance friends still do not believe in crypto whatsoever. And so sometimes you shouldn't get distracted thinking this world is so huge when I still think the majority of people do not really like crypto too much, but it will change over time though. And this, I think, is a good step because if he's vouching for it, I think a lot of people will change their mindsets as well because at the end of the day, he's a pretty important man and still a billionaire in that sense. But yeah, some crazy stuff is going on, and that's about it.